Stupid me. Stupid me. The link will be coming out soon, guys. This is going to be a hangout. I'll be sending out the link very soon. Stupid me. You told me you were the favorites. My friend, shout out to Billy Boy, Will Hambley. I've known him since I was 14 years old. He sent me a message saying, best attack in Europe. You were told that these are the favorites, best attack in Europe, and people should be fearful of England. All your games are in Wembley. Guys, let's keep it real. If Scotland had quality attacking players, they beat England. Simple. If they had quality attacking players, they beat England. Guys, there is time to get some truths that we already knew, but some people might feel uncomfortable with. But it's time to really get down to these home truths. Because I'm going to go in. So I'm going to hit you with some truths. Then we kind of invite some people into the hangouts. Guys, this is going to be, it could be a 3-hour. We could do a 3-hour because it's time for an expose on the England national team. But very quickly, Scotland should have won that game. Scotland had the best chances. If not for Reece James, that ball was going in. Who is Che Adams? If Scotland just had a quality attacking player, they win the game. So I knew that Scotland were never going to win the game. I knew Scotland would be up for the game because I knew how important it was. And Scotland, they had a superb performance. Because for England, this is embarrassing. How much money do you have? How much hype do you have? And you're playing at the crib. You have all of these guys that are the stars that you've hyped up and so forth. And not only can you not beat Scotland, not only can you not score against Scotland, you should have lost the game. England have been crap for the last 2-3 years. They've been grabbing crap. And what amuses me is how the English media always manages to convince people that this team can do anything. We told you that World Cup 2018, you played Panama, which is an island. It's starfish. If they're starfish merchants, they're underwater merchants, they're dolphin merchants. They don't play football. They're dolphin merchants. It's like freaking. Some other team that they played, I don't know who, I think it was Tunisia or whatsoever. And then next round, they face Colombia. You beat Colombia without James Rodriguez. That's their star player. Colombia is not really a heavyweight. Even James not even really heavyweight, but that was without their star player, they took it to the penalties. So we're now saying Sweden is a heavyweight. Is that what we're saying? And let's be real. Croatia isn't a heavyweight. Croatia is not a heavyweight. When we talk about the heavyweights, Germany, Italy, Brazil, Argentina, Spain, Portugal, France, these are heavyweights where, okay, this is a real team that have guys that can beat you. And these are guys that have football heritage. England have been garbage for years. And the question I want to ask, and this one I want to ask the guys when I bring the hangouts, how do you morons keep falling for the same trick? How do you keep falling for, well, oh my gosh, we've got Harry Kane. Harry Kane has scored all these goals for Tottenham. We've got Mason Mount's Champions winner. We've got Foden. He will not attempt to walk up. Yes, these guys have done amazing things for their clubs. What do they do as England? If anybody that puts on that Italian jersey, it's different. It's different. You know, like when they put on the Italian jersey, they go up 60 levels. Any Italian, ask them. Any Italian that puts on that shirt, 60 levels. Look at what Italy are doing now. You want you want these clouds to go and play Italy? You know, really? Like, look at what Italy are doing in Rome. Like, when you look at it in Rome, you can't touch them. These guys have put 6 goals past 2 different guys. And let's be real, Turkey and Switzerland are much better teams than Scotland. Okay. But the Southgate, like that's the worst thing that happened to England was them getting to the World Cup semis. It was the worst thing because you couldn't sack him, you couldn't remove him. But if he looks close to you, are like, England were lucky. They got lucky against Colombia, penalties. Who knows what can happen? Sweden, how the hell did they even get in there? And then you played Croatia. So it was sort of fortuitous. The last time England beat a real team was the Netherlands. That was the last time. When have England ever beaten Portugal in a knockout? Have they ever beaten France? Have they ever beaten Brazil? Have they ever beaten? When last did they beat these big nations? You know, so looking at that game there. No. Let's just rewind. Let's go to the Croatia game. England were good for the first 15, 20 minutes. For 15, 20 minutes, so, okay. These guys could be all right. These guys look high. But after those 15, 20 minutes, they were garbage. In the second half, England were garbage. And it was only just came through an opening from Phillips and Sterling. But apart from that, England were not good. They weren't good. You know? So they've been garbage for years. So I asked the question again, how do you keep on falling for the English media, making you believe these guys should be, how dare you call yourselves favorites? How dare you? Because when we did the preview, we did it over 2 days. So the first day we're like, okay, these are the favorites and the strong teams. And the second day, the less favorites and less stronger teams. And people were like, oh my gosh, how can you not put England as favorites? I said that, well, I'm not putting England as favorites because they've not earned the right to be called favorites. Belgium as well Belgium have earned the right to be called favorites, but I didn't even put them in there because I don't know what the history is. England, we are dealing with a side who have only won one major title in their entire history. Once. They've never won the World Cup out of home soil. They've never won a European Championship. They've won one major title in their history. So why the hell should they be favorites? Italy have a history of World Cups and Euros. France have a history of World Cups and Euros. Netherlands, Netherlands are not even in there. Germany have a history of World Cups and Euros. Spain have a history of a World Cup and Euros. So these are guys who you should always take them seriously. Why should England be taken seriously? Why? Why should England be mentioned in the same name as these guys? Because of the Queen? Because of a royal family? So why? Because if we keep it purely on football, England have been garbage for a long time. The last time an England team actually looked good and played good football and actually looked like a team was 96. 1996 was the last time we said, oh, these guys actually look good. And against Germany, they were like inches away from it. So the last time England were like, okay, this is a team we should take seriously was 1996. Since then, it's been Class B. It's been brick for football. But it seems as if it's like the wrong thing to say that you shouldn't say England. But still, I'm going to say England have been garbage, crap since 98. They played crap football. So I've never taken them seriously. I just laugh. Listen, I just sit back and laugh while everybody just whips them up into a frenzy, thinking that these guys can do something. Have you seen what Italy are doing? That's a team. Are you seeing what Belgium are doing? That's a team. We know what France are about. Look at what Portugal look like. England, these clans I saw would get baptized, larynxed, Lara Crofted, given birth to, abortioned, and realized, colonized, and devalued, and test tubed if they met any of those teams. So thank goodness that they're not mentioned, because it could get, because the best thing that could happen to England, and people say the best thing that could happen to England is they face a Portugal or a France and they get beaten like 5-0. Because what England need, what this nation need, is a serious lesson in eating humble pie. Can you go into one tournament just being humble? Just going to one tournament saying, hey, well, we don't know what happened, which we are hopeful, we'll just take each day as it comes. But this arrogance, this sense of entitlement, what gives you the right to come into a tournament thinking you can win it when you've not earned your right to even speak like that? Look, France are the defending World Cup champions. We know their history. Portugal are the defending European champions. Germany have a history of trophy winning. We saw what peak Spain did during their time. These are guys who in recent years have earned the right to say, hey, even Italy, before people say that, yes, Italy have been away for some time, but it's Italy. It's Italy. They've won 4 World Cups. They've got a few European champions. It's Italy. How is a team who only won 1 trophy in 1966 on home soil, which means that maybe the referees were actually biased because in 1966, I don't even know how guys were operating in 66 because they didn't have here. So how is a team who have only won 1 trophy in their history in 1966 think you could be put on the same level as Portugal, France, Italy, or even Belgium? And you see, it would have been amazing if Scotland had managed to win. I knew Scotland were not going to win. I just knew that, look, because you need quality in those areas. But for me, Steve Clarke, that guy, coaching, he did a managing masterclass because you made England look like a bunch of fools. And also, you put your team in a position where they could have won. And if you just had better players, you could have won. You could have won. But it's like, you see, it's like the gift and the curse. It's the gift and the curse. Because a win is a win. So by England beating Croatia in that game, people ignored the fact that for that second half, this team were garbage. They were clueless, no personality. But because England won, they're like, hey, Phillips is super amazing. Let's look at Phillips' family. Let's look at Phillips' history, Sterling, and everything in a frenzy. But you're like, okay, cool, you won the game. But the football was garbage. And the same thing, you reached the World Cup semi-final, but the football was garbage. And Croatia played you off the pitch. This is a very talented side. It is a very talented side. But talent alone won't make you do anything. You need a conductor. You need a Geppetto to be able to be the puppeteer to put the pieces together. I was shocked when I heard that Bukayo Saka wasn't even in the squad. Because I said from jump, this is a kid who could be really dangerous for England. And especially in this game when you needed a spark, just needed something with a spark. Why wasn't he there? Because I told you, we're going through it. I'll send the link. Let me get me out. Harry Kane. You see, there's a cultural difference. I think there's a difference in culture with like English culture and Nigerian culture. See, in Nigerian culture, anybody can get abused. And you have to accept that no matter who you are, nobody's beyond reproach. We can abuse and insult anyone. And you have to accept that. I think in England, there's a sense that, well, there's some people that once you're held to such high esteem, you can't be abused, you can't be insulted. So the media will not do it, so I'll do it for them. Harry Kane has been a pile of crap in these 2 games, and I'm putting him under review. And if he doesn't come up with another good performance, I'm making him a Class C break. I don't want to hear any crap about is the tactics, is the formation. He doesn't feel, because there's always an excuse. Oh, he doesn't feel right. He's not feeling well. No, he's been garbage. He's been crap. And he should have been taken up because he was garbage. The only good thing that Southgate did was, Kane, get off that freaking pitch. You are literally offering nothing for this team because you've been freaking useless. I'll say it for you. The English media won't say it for me because Harry Kane has to be protected because for some reason, once you made a talisman or the beacon, you're beyond reproach. So I'll do it for you. He's been crap. And based off the hype you had of this dude, I'm going to freaking abuse him. Because what you do is, see, you can't have your cake and eat it. He's the best striker in the world. He's super world class. Is, oh, really? I'm going to get him. Because that's what I do for De Bruyne. That's what I do for Neymar. If you call him a side chick or a EPL merchant, you won't hear any word from me. See, when the HH antenna goes, the HH antenna goes like that when you now call him like the best in the world. Oh, he's world class? He's the best in the world? Okay. I'm watching. These 2 games, he's been crap, garbage, useless. And if I was the manager, you're not starting the next game because you've been crap. Calvert-Lewin, bring us something. Rush, or let's maybe try and force him because this Kane, you've been crap. You've been crap for both of these games. So I don't want to hear any excuses. Don't give me this crap of like, oh my gosh, he scores so many goals for Tottenham. He's such a goal scorer. I don't give a crap what you do for freaking Tottenham. I don't give a damn how many goals you score in that freaking overrated EPL. That means nothing to me. The EPL is freaking overrated because the freaking English media spout this nonsense. What did you do in that World Cup semi? You missed an open goal. That's what you did. What have you done in both of these games? You laid a freaking break. You've laid a freaking break. I should make you a Class C break. I should. But I'm give you one more game. But you're under review. Your Kane's tier 2 status has been taken away. You're now officially under a review of the Academy. And if you don't show up in that game against Czech Republic, or you break it up, you're officially a Class C break. I told you, man, I'm taking no praises right now. You see, England are obviously going to go through because of this whole thing of third place and all that kind of crap. Look, guys, football is football. Guys, who knows? Maybe by some miracle, by some wonderful miracle, these guys can find themselves in another semi, maybe even a final. Maybe they could. Because in football, the beauty about football is that we just never know how things can unfold. But from what I've seen in these 2 games, I don't know how this team has faced an attack. Hence why I cannot wait until they face Mr. Sheikh and Czech Republic. And that's a different real but something. Croatia didn't have a striker, didn't face a striker. Scotland, they don't have anyone of any quality in an attack. See, Scotland is the defense and midfielder money, but the attack there's nothing there. If Scotland just had an attacker, of course they beat England. Those 2 opportunities, specifically the one that Che Adams had, a quality striker, they beat these freaking dudes. They beat them. So my thing is, if England face someone real, I don't, maybe by some magic or some white magic, but I don't understand how those losers that I just saw playing some garbage, side chick, bottom floor level crap, useless football. I don't know how those losers will fare against a proper team. And you see, if you're English right now, you have a choice to make. One choice is it's England. I must support them. You must go with them and everything, which is cool because it's your country and you always want to help defend them. Another route you can take is I love my country, and because I love my country, defend my country, I want the best for them, and I want them, and I want to see the best of them out of there, which means that I've got to be real. I've got to be real. And if you're real and you want this team to do well, you've got to call it as it is that this team has been crap. They have no direction. They have no personality. I mean, look at how Italy are playing. When you watch Italy, it's like, wow, you know exactly what they're doing. They have a personality. There is chemistry. They have an identity. When you look at Belgium, they have an identity. France, an identity. All this time in England, what are these? I mean, what are they doing? I just see a bunch of guys just running around. Just a bunch of dudes running around. And it's I'll send the link, man. Let me send the link, man. Let me send, guys. I've talked. Let me send, guys. I'm sending the link, man. So guys, talk, man, talk. I'm sending the link, man. I'm sending the link, man. These guys, man, England, man. They will never learn, man. They will never learn. They will never ever learn, man. And all right, the link has been sent. The link has been sent, man. The link has been sent. The link has been sent, man. So guys, please join in, man. The link has been sent. The link has been sent, man. All right, let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening, man. Red Devil, man. Bro. Okay. Let me start by saying this, Red Devil. Like, why people always fall for this? Why do they always fall for it? These friends that they get away with. Why?
I mean, I did say that he was going to throw a game. I thought that game was going to be Croatia. So, but like, it looks like it might be this game, you know. So maybe I'm just writing a hypothesis here, because at the end of the day, maybe Southgate's thinking, listen, we're going into that Czech game. If the Czech Republic finish first, they're going to go against Portugal, Germany. If we finish second, we go against Slovakia, you know. So I take my thing. So I'm just putting that out there, you know, like, whatever you say about what happened to Southgate, he might be thinking about the long game. But in answer to your question, I don't know. I mean, like, I think realistically, I don't think anyone really genuinely heart of hearts thinks that England are favourites for the competition. I think that the passion comes from the fact that, as you said, this is a talented squad. And with a very good manager like a Harry Redknapp or something like that, you could see this squad doing bits, you know. And well, no, I'm not going to put South. The thing is, I know people are criticizing Southgate here, but like, to be honest, he put out a team that should be good enough to beat Scotland, this Scottish side. And in the context of a local derby, you've got to think about that. Like, you know, like, this is the thing with Scotland. It's like, Scotland are the type of team that, like, they will get up for a game against England, against a rival. Cool. But the problem with Scottish football in history is that, like, yeah, it's great if you can get one up and fire stuff up for Scotland, but why can't you do that against everybody else? Hence the Czech Republic, hence their pathway getting here. So it'd be a typical Scottish thing for them to get this point and have momentum, only to get spanked by Croatia in the next game because they haven't carried that in. So much like Manchester United this season. Yeah, Pep hasn't beaten Manchester United, Ollie's United this season in the league. You know, it was great, you know, but then we lose to Sheffield United. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, England's are going to be England. But I still stick with my theory that Southgate is trying to plot his easiest pathway to the final.
But wait, so is this team as good as they make it out to be? Are these players really as good as they make out them out to be, or have you just been sold a lie?
The squad is as good as it has. I mean, when I know people say Grealish, when Grealish came on, Grealish did more in 10 minutes than Kane did in 70. So clearly you have players on the bench that can do stuff.
But can we? Because I know that the English media wants, because he's the media darling. But when are people going to say, no, Kane, he's been crapped for 2 games? Why is there always an excuse with Kane?
What's confusing me about Kane is I don't know what he's doing, because if he's like, so if he's trying to play like a target man position, like, right, you stay up top, you press the defenders, you go into the box, and and maybe some like Stones or whoever can lob the ball up to you or pass to you, that's fine. But he's not doing that. He's barely in the box. He's coming very deep. But when he's coming deep, he's not even affecting the play. Like Lukaku, for example, for Belgium, has been coming quite deep and been like linking the play, which is why Belgium actually scored 2 of their goals. If you look back, it wasn't just Hazard and De Bruyne. It was Lukaku's actual ability that actually contributed to those 2 goals being scored, and also the fact that Martin Braithwaite couldn't score. But anyway, but for some reason, Kane, when he comes to, he doesn't do anything. So it's like he's not in the box and he's not linking up play well. So what exactly is he's not doing anything? Like
it's like England are playing with 10 men. Because there's a guy that's literally not contributing anything. He's just there.
He's just he's literally just not doing. I'd rather either play. You can play Phil Foden as a false 9, or as you said, get Dominic Calvert-Lewin who'll run and be in the box. Than a player who clearly, and I guess in credit to Southgate, to be fair to him, I don't remember an English manager in recent history actually substituting a captain with a decent amount to go. Usually, it's kind of like, oh no, media darling. You know, the Beckhams, the Wayne Rooneys, the etc. No, they have to play. Even the playing crap, they have to play all the time. So the fact that Southgate subbed him off for Rashford, who is still questionable, but still, I was like, okay, I know this isn't a good game, but at least I can potentially count on this guy to make an important decision if needs be, rather than
and that's why I love people's reactions, because I've not been able, because I was watching it in like a pub, so I've not really read people's reviews, but my brother was just sending me stuff because people were actually angered that he took off Harry Kane, and I was like, you're so enamored with making this guy this freaking deity that even when it is clear that this guy is garbage crap, and also he ain't Cristiano. See, Cristiano is a guy where even if he's playing like crap, he never leaves that pitch because he's earned that right that he can. You know that there's always a goal in him. So Cristiano's a guy where no matter how bad he plays, this is a goal scoring freak. Leave him there. Harry Kane isn't Cristiano.
No.
If it's playing crap, no, you take him off because he ain't scoring. Cristiano, you never know when he could score, but you always keep him on the pitch. So my thing is, why would anybody? You see, that's right there is the best thing that Southgate has done.
That's why there's an element. I mean, because the 2 things to take home, if you're an England fan, and the 2 positive things I'd say you take home is that, 1, at the end of the day, like they still haven't conceded a goal, you know. So, and whatever you say about it, it's having a good defense these days actually what wins you tournaments, not necessarily scoring 3 or 4 goals. Case in point, Portugal in the previous Euros, they played brick football up until the final. They just had a decent defense and they got the job done. So, you know, the fact that they still would concede a goal, despite the fact that defensive titles being crap, is something to take. And the second thing, as you said, is the fact that for me was a big decision taking Kane off, because he's the captain. He's your captain. He's playing poorly, and you took him off. So at least that tells me that Southgate, to a certain extent, has some balls. And if he does see a player that's doing badly, you know, he might take him off, and that will bode well going forward. But yeah, ultimately, you know, mediocre performance from England, and fair play to Scotland and Scott McTominay.
What's it called? Wires came and talk to me about a piece of crap performance, man, by England, man. YSK.
Yo.
Yeah.
Bro. What did I tell you, bro? The man got way too excited after that Croatia game. Way too excited. And you saw in this game, they have zero identity. It's actually frustrating watching. I've not actually watched a team so frustrating like I have watched England today. Like, it was so frustrating to watch these dudes. Harry Kane, bro. I know United fans are craving for this guy. What do you not see in him? Like, what do you see in him apart from a stat merchant? This guy.
No. But see, my thing though is, international football is different from club football, because you could go to United and still start.
No.
But what we're seeing here is that this guy maybe is not as good as people think he is. He can still be good, but he's just not as good as you make him out to be.
No. See, HH, it's different. It's different. Yeah, of course. This guy has one shot. No, I think he has. He's either had one shot on target or no shots on target this whole tournament.
No shots on target, just one shot.
There we go. That's not about international football and club football. That's about the player not turning up on the bigger occasions. I'm sorry, but he bricked it. He bricked it against Croatia as well. I don't see him putting a magnificent performance against Croatia. So I just don't get it. I really don't understand. And why is Saka not in the squad? Could someone explain to me why he's not in the squad? Could someone please, like, because I don't know. Personally don't know why
Listen,
he's not in the squad.
it starts with the R word. I don't want you to say anything though. It starts with the R word.
No, see, look, like, why is, like, because especially because you live in England as well, is why do people keep falling for it? Like, my thing, it is why the question I want to ask: how do people keep believing this team can win something when you don't have a football history? If you don't have a history of winning, a football heritage doesn't exist. You've won one trophy in your entire history, and that was in 1966. The last time you beat a big team in the knockout round was in 1996. So why do people keep falling to this idea that, man, England can really win it, man? Because your players play well for their clubs that are coached by other managers. You realize that Kante isn't English. You realize that Bruno Fernandes isn't English. You realize that
Exactly.
isn't English.
Mason Mount is English though. Mason Mount.
Mason.
Yeah,
but
respect Mason.
Kante isn't
Respect
English.
Mason.
That's the thing. Kante
You know,
and Jorginho are not English.
You know what it is? You know what it is with this England side, yeah? It's a bunch of individuals, and some you can say are decent. There's players with a huge amount of potential in this team, but they're not these young players. For example, Foden, Mount, they cannot carry a team, bro. You have to rely on the players with experience. But when individuals like Larry Lane doesn't turn up, what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? It's Larry and Larry in this both teams, bro. Like Larry in charge and Larry up front doing nothing both ways. What are you supposed to do, bro? And I said in one of the previews, Gareth Southgate is only deemed as a decent manager because De Boer is in it. And look what De Boer's done. He's done better than Gareth Southgate, bro. What do you...
Right, guys, let's keep it. I'm so glad you brought up that point, because both of basically Tweedledee and Tweedledum before the tournament started was De Boer and Southgate. Let's keep it real. Netherlands have looked good in both of their games. And see, this is tit for tat. Netherlands play in Amsterdam. England, you play at Wembley. So you've had the same kind of thing. And Netherlands have faced tougher teams than because let's keep it real. I would say that Ukraine and Austria are either as good or maybe even better than both of the guys that England have faced in Scotland and this Croatia side without Mandzukic and with a 36-year-old Modric. And look at how good Netherlands have looked. And but see, if we're being real, England have always been crap under Southgate. They've never been good.
Exactly. Their road to the World Cup semi-final, bro, that was so jammy. Like, it was so
Fraudulent.
It was so like, and people got so like into it. You know, it's coming home and all this shit. I mean, if you win the tournament, fair enough, no one's gonna complain. But bro, semi-finals, why are you celebrating getting semi-finals, bro? Dude. Why are you celebrating semis? Why are you doing that? And I honestly don't get it. And if these dudes ball led now, bro. If they both...
I think like it's important because.
But when you talk about bottling, this is important. When we talk about bottling, like what actually is the expectation of England though? Because it's almost semi-contradictory to say, because essentially almost what we're saying is that like bottling would then be not winning the tournament, but then it would be a surprise if they won it. So which one is it? Like, what is the expectation for it?
Get to a final.
City expectation.
They told me they were the favorites. Red Devil, that's what I was told. That these guys are the favorites to win it. That's what I was told. Best attack in Europe. I was told that. Best attack in Europe.
This is set a real standard for England. They have to make a final because, if I'm being honest, England potentially, they actually have one of the best squad in the Euros on paper. They have one of the best squads.
No. See, they have bro. They have probably best individuals. They don't have a they don't have a team.
Correct.
They don't have there's no team, bro. There's no identity to this team at all.
So that's what. So why?
Okay, wait. Let me just take a few dubs and then I'll come to you guys. Let me just take a few dubs. So from your boy Armchair Critic, who says Foden is good but not comparable to Haaland and Mbappe. Foden is alright. I mean, he is a young, talented player. and he's a young talented player, but England like to hype up guys right now. You see, for Haaland, look at what Haaland is freaking doing for Dortmund and so forth. Mbappe is a World Cup winner, and he led Monaco to a CL semis. But English media always do this. They love, and they will, English people, or really the media, they're incapable of being humble. They don't know how to be freaking humble. They are so hell-bent into always overrating their side. And they'll never do it. Just for once, be humble. Just for freaking one freaking time, be humble. But look, Foden is right, but I just think you're under a brick manager. See, a player can be as good as he wants. Your performance is dependent on who your manager is. So Foden under a Pep Guardiola, Foden is under a guy from the road. From your man Harry Kane, thank you for the Harry Kane. If you have players but don't play, it's the manager. But Harry, I want to go to a point that Red Devil made. Yes, there are so many options that could have played. And Red Devil, this is a great point. Are you telling me that those players out there can't beat Scotland? Because Harry, I was told that Harry Kane is one of the best strikers in the world. I was told that Foden is the best young player in the world. I was told that Mason Mount is the English Lionel Messi. That he's the next coming. So those players out there that were out on that pitch, whether it's the right, no, screw that. I don't want to hear anything about who should have played. I'm sorry. Southgate can be blamed to a degree. Scotland, this is the first time they've been in this competition since '98. The first time they've been in a competition is last time in a major competition was in 1998. If these dudes can't figure out a way of making this happen, I'm sorry. The players have to take some blame. And I'm looking at Harry Kane because you told me this dude was one of the best strikers in the world, and I questioned it, and you insulted me.
You know what's embarrassing?
You're anti-white. You hate white people and so forth. Oh, okay, sorry, okay.
Let me.
How good is this fraud really? Don't give me a trash ass excuse that he's injured, he's not feeling. See, because I was watching the thing. Because I think if you guys were watching ITV, say, Harry Kane doesn't quite feel right. Doesn't quite feel right. No, he's bad. He's not playing well. He doesn't feel right. There's always an excuse.
That's the sixth thing they don't learn. It's an excuse after an excuse after excuse. These dudes, you know what the excuse that's going around now, is that Scotland were more up for the game. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Literally, the Scottish team for this particular fixture, they're just passion merchants. They're just passion merchants. That's it.
Why skate? If Scotland see the thing, the beauty about football is that passion can only get you so far. If Scotland, because at the end of the day, the beauty of football is still a skill-based sport. So if all you can bring is passion, it can get you somewhere, but it can't make you win. Hence why I said, look, Scotland, if you need quality, like look at Che Adams. If that fell to a guy who was good in quality, they score. Because let's keep it real, you should score that. You should score that. Really, you should be scoring that chance. From that angle, you should really be scoring that chance. Okay, wait. Let me get to the jobs. So, from your boy Casey, who says Mount is overrated and an average player. Chelsea won the CL due to the COVID hits. Real Pep can't say, but dumb English fans rate that clown who can't dribble or cross. Now, look,
respect Mount.
Wait. See, my thing here is that.
He's a CL winner.
Wait. No. Look, I'm not here to clown on Mount. All I'll say is this: these guys are not as good as you think they are.
No, Mount's
wait, hold on. And this is the same story. Because I told you guys, I've lived in England since 1999, so I know this stuff. This will happen to the guys in 2006. Oh my gosh, Lampard, Gerrard, Beckham, Owen, all those kind of guys. Okay, cool. But Gerrard plays with who? He plays with Jabi Alonso. Lampard plays with who? He plays with Essien and Makalele. You know, Bex is playing with Van Nistelrooy and Cristiano. You may be good under a different manager, different system, and different sets of players. But when you now come together, are you as good? Because sometimes those people you play around augment you. So is Mount really a good individual player in and of himself, or is he good based off of Tuchel's tactics and him playing off of Jorginho, Kante, Pulisic, and Havertz? Because he now comes into a team where you're not playing under Southgate and you're playing with Phillips, what's it called, Rice, and Kane and Sterling. It's a different.
And you're playing, but he's still good though.
Yeah,
You're playing
because my thing, see, I think Foden is a good player wherever he is. I just know that guy's just a quality player in and of it. Mount is still quality, but is he as good as you think? That's what I'm not saying. Is he as good as you make him out to be? That's what I say. From Whimsical Thought, I give it up. Whimsical Thought says, Whimsical Thoughts. English media and humble, arrogance in hashtag it's coming home. House is their home because they invented the game. Keep it real. It's the Scots that's made this game beautiful. Be humble and learn history. You see, again, I'm sure Red Devil.
No, that's deep.
No, I'm sure, but Red Devil, Hassan, and what's it called? Yes, he agrees that look, it is within English nature to be arrogant.
That's
It's
true.
impossible. They can't. And what I've learned is that they can't be humble. They don't know how to be humble. Because remember, there was one time when I think it was a qualifier game or somewhere where they lost to Northern Ireland. And I was like, aha, this is finally going to humble them. But no, they still kept on going. I said, wait, no, you just lost to Northern Ireland. But there's just someone just said, well, this is terrible. So my thing is, England are, because, see, what I don't
Adrian, I know you're around.
Hold on. How can you be arrogant when you've only won one trophy in your history? It makes no sense.
There's literally zero heritage, bro. Zero heritage. You know what it is? You know what it is? Bro, the last time...
No. Cristiano.
Yeah, he's
people call it arrogance, but Cristiano, he can be arrogant because have you seen the goal scoring records? So as much as you want to see, his arrogance has a base because I have a track record. What track record does this freaking team have to be arrogant?
But I'd say this makes my arguments. Like to be fair to things for certain, and I get what you're going to. I could also make the same argument for Belgium. Belgium over the last 5 or 10 years have had a much more talented. You could argue it's only really been this tournament where like, okay, England look like they have a talented squad. Belgium probably had a much more of a talented squad than England over the last 10 years or so. But what have they actually done with that? They've not reached.
Red Devil. The problem is with Belgium. We get it, the golden generation and everything, but they have not been hyped up to the extent that these dudes have been hyped up.
No, come on. You can't tell me that people are saying that England have been more favourites over Belgium in the last 4 or 5 years. Don't tell me that the people.
Bro, by the media, yes.
No, come on.
Even before this decade, England always been hyped as favourites.
Oh yeah,
England have always been hyped.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Belgium. I didn't see going into this tournament people saying England have got a better squad than Belgium. We're going to win and are better than the Belgium side. Nah, come on,
bro. Red Devil.
Red Devil, you'd be surprised, bro.
I told you, no. Red Devil. My friend told Billy Boy. He sent me a thing saying that best attack in Europe. This was touted as this is the best attack because hey, Harry Kane is the best striker in the world. Foden is the best young player in the world. Mount is one of the best young players in the world. That was what was presented.
Wait
a minute. There's a guy called Lukaku, double figures in goals and assists. There's a guy called De Bruyne who's been one of the best midfielders for the last. But no, what was told to us?
But they've not reached the final. They lost their last Euros. They lost to Wales. And they didn't get clowned, and that was a Wales that had Gareth Bale and freaking Carnu and Ginter, So and they didn't get clowned. No one said. They said, "Oh yeah, that's fine."
See, Red Devil. The annoyance comes from it's because it's it's a decades of build up of this nonsense hype over one World Cup. in which I think Elvis Presley was still alive when they won the World Cup. My dad wasn't even born, so deep that.
Yeah, no, I get. I get that. I'm not saying English fans are arrogant, but I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. Maybe from what I saw, I didn't see people in the English press saying
Wait,
that England were a better squad than
Wait,
Belgium.
Okay, I want to get some other guys to talk on this.
Yeah,
Now. So this is how that's done, and I want to come to Abdul. So Paul Kickling says Kane can play 100 games for England and he will do nothing. How is Rice starting over Bellingham? Sterling over Greenwood / Sancho, the two worst attacking midfielders over Grealish. Yes, he's better than Foden. Now, here's my thing here is, you see, it's about a psychology. Now, this is where I can talk about Southgate, because Red Devil, you are right in the sense of, like, that team should be beating Scotland, but if you believe you're better than Scotland, which you are, man for man, you are better, why don't you start an attacking team? Why don't you play a team that says, no, we are bravely at Wembley, our home ground, our home, we're going to now take the game to Scotland. We're going to come out and attack you. Why? Like, Czech Republic put 2 past Scotland in Scotland. In Scotland. For England, this is in your crib, and so my thing is, see, Paul. okay. Is Kane protected? Let me ask that. Is Kane protected?
Yes.
Obviously, he's England captain, quite protected. He's England captain.
So even if he plays like garbage, he can't be dropped.
Yeah, no. So he is protected, but you know what? I was surprised. Like Red Devil said, I'm surprised he even took him off. To be honest, I thought he was just going to carry on playing him.
I was but
Yes,
see, that just shows you how bad he's been. Because Southgate was like, bro, shout out to Queen Lizzie and so forth. I'm here to try and win this game, man. And we're playing with 10 men. We're playing with 10 men because homeboy is doing nothing. But look, so my thing is, like Sterling, again, Bellingham, like England don't have a midfield. It doesn't exist. England, I repeat, didn't play well against Croatia. They played well for 20 minutes. But they didn't play well. They just found an opening and scored and won 1-0, but they didn't play well. And Croatia didn't have a freaking attack. That England team, it's like, are you trying to win the game or consolidate? Because why, if you're the better team, you should try to attack the team. So why wouldn't you start Bellingham, Grealish, with the intention of, like, our intent is to press high, put guys forward, and trying to put goals past? I mean, look, man. But my thing that, yes, Southgate should have started Grealish, he should have started Bellingham, and he should have played much more attacking. But those players should have beaten Scotland. So this isn't just on Southgate. This is on, wait a minute, how good are these guys actually?
Wait,
really as good as we make them out to be. Okay, no, easy. Because I was going to come to Abdul. Abdul, talk to me. Abdul.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
HH, like,
keep it real. Hold nothing back, man. This is real. Keep it real. Keep it fully real, man.
No, I just think we should acknowledge the fact that, you know, a right back from Holland called Dumfries has double the goals of the whole England teams so far.
Respect Dumfries. That's that guy, man.
Dumfries is
right
actually a town in Scotland.
Wait. What? Say again.
Yeah, I know.
Repeat what you just said again. What?
The right back from Holland that calls himself Dumfries, bro.
Denzel Dumfries, yeah.
Yeah, he has double the goals that the whole England team has scored in 2 games.
That is embarrassing.
Yo, HH, they've scored as many goals as North Macedonia, man.
Oh my!
That is embarrassing.
I mean, look. You see, wait. Just for that comment, I think this is appropriate. So you're telling me that Dumfries is a better attacker than the entire England team? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Abdul?
That's what the stats are telling me, bro.
Abdul, why are we supposed to take this team seriously as favorites? For what? Like,
the reason
is it because we speak English? And therefore we have to just take them. Like, why do we take? Why in every tournament? I believe that this is like bullying, and people are pressured to take England seriously because most people speak English. People love the royal family, Queen Elizabeth. I say, okay, put that to one side. I know everyone speaks English, British Empire, you colonized half the world, but put that to one side. If it's just purely about football, why should I respect a team who only won one international trophy in their history? Just basic logic. Why should I take them seriously when you've won one international trophy in your history? And that was in 1966. Abdul, please explain.
There's no reason why, bro. And that's why I constantly make fun of English fans. Like, it's during these Euros, yeah, it's like I have a part-time job, and that's just to troll English football fans, bro. Like, HH, you know what? You know what started all of this? I went on YouTube here recently before the Euros, yeah, and these English fans, yeah, they were predicting like what they were gonna do in a group. And then, like, they went to Scotland, yeah, and they were going to predict what's it going to finish like? How badly are they going to beat Scotland? And this guy, he says this.
As up 3-0. If we match that, then we win 5-0.
5-0.
That's Rory.
5-0. How? 5-0.
Don't tell me that's Rory Jennings, bro.
That's Rory.
Is that Rory Jennings?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, but this is the same guy who said that Southgate should be sacked and is the wrong person.
What kind of juice is that man on, bro? What kind of juice is that man on?
But the thing is, yeah,
guy's dumb.
They just believe too much in their own hype. That's the real problem. You know, I don't want to expose Red Devil because I like him. I like Red Devil.
No, do it.
He's a respectable.
I said that England would beat. I said England would beat.
Yeah, not just that. You know, on Twitter earlier today, yeah, he told us Scotland. Do they have a good defense? That would be news to me. Have you actually watched Scotland play? That's what he's telling us.
Yeah, I did.
He was making fun of Scotland, bro. But what he doesn't realize is, bro, you can't break down anyone. You can't break down anyone that sits back, man. It's basic. England, they suffer from the same syndrome that Manchester United suffer from, and Chelsea to a degree. When teams sit back, they cannot break them down. Like, why do people forget Iceland 2016? Like, why does that game seem to be like erased?
Every time these guys get larynxed, they always somehow have amnesia. They always have amnesia. So wait a minute, didn't you lose to Iceland? Didn't you lose to Northern Ireland? Didn't you get touched by Germany? Didn't you lose? But every single time that they perform crap, they just have amnesia. That's this time we're going to be amazing.
The thing is, yeah, with English football fans, it's like the reason why I didn't want them to get a late goal is because they are the type of people, and like, to be fair, it's not only them, but in general in football, like, a team can play horrible for 85 minutes. They get a late winner, and like everyone seems to forget about that horrible performance, you know?
I mean, that's how Portugal won the last Euros, though, isn't it?
Exactly. But the thing is, this isn't a surprise to me. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone with football knowledge. Because if you like have people forgotten, like, people are so they find it so easy to like wipe away friendlies and don't think about Nations League. But bro, Denmark beat them. Belgium beat them in November, bro. It's not tough. Just sit back and counter. And I'm telling you, if they meet like a France or anything, bro, they are finished. Like the thing is with England, they have a good attack. They have a good attack. They like you can't deny it, but they lack creativity. Like when teams sit back, the thing is with Southgate, it's easy. He thinks by throwing on enough good players, they will eventually get it done. But that doesn't happen when teams sit back. You need to have a strategy of how to break teams down. And that's what they're lacking. Like they have a good defense. Honestly, I've been impressed with them defensively, even though they should have conceded today if it wasn't for their goal line clearance. But I mean, let's not write them off completely. Like they can turn it around. Do I believe so? No, because I've seen them play for a while now, and nothing indicates to me that you know what. But the thing is with France, bro.
But speak to me about Harry Kane though. Am I being too harsh on Harry Kane? Or is this guy not really? Is this guy not as good as we think he is?
No, I think you're being harsh on Harry Kane because, like, people need to remember he is a number 9, and they have been like there's been no creativity. Like, let's be honest, if it wasn't for that Grand Canyon between the Croatian defenders, they wouldn't have scored against Croatia. You know. They wouldn't.
The thing is,
Abdul, no. Let me finish.
He's not been in the box though. Like, okay, that's fair enough, but he's been so deep. If you're going to be a number, like you could Cavani, for example, for United.
But you know why he has to go deep? It's because he's not being provided the service.
Yeah, because they're playing 2 DMs, Southgate.
Yeah. So I wouldn't put the blame on Harry. But the thing is, you can't put question marks on Harry Kane. Like he's a proven striker. He has credit in the bank. You know what I mean? You can't drop him
with Spurs.
Yeah. No, also with England. Like, he's also done bits for England.
What's big goal apart from that like winning goal against Tunisia has he scored for England? What's big?
That's not a big goal leading up to this.
Has he scored a clutch goal for England in the knockout rounds of like a major tournament?
I remember him missing, but I know.
I mean, I'm just talking about. Okay, wait. Let me hit some dub. Let me hit some dub. So, from Martin Rosario, McTominay was chilling at centre back. Wow. Look, Scott. Let's keep it real. Scott McTominay, he played high.
He had a good game.
Scott McTominay, he played. I think
he played with passion. You know.
After all these Phillips and thing, McTominay said, "What's up?" Okay, so what's it called? 88th Bus Stop. Thank you for the dub. 88th Bus Stop says the last time Scotland was in the Euros, Gilmour wasn't born. His dad, oh my God, his dad was still trying to get his mom's number through her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. But this is true. It just puts things into perspective of how long it's been since Scotland have touched a major tournament. Hence why it just shows you the embarrassment and the disgrace of England that you couldn't beat a team in your house that haven't been in a major tournament since 1998.
I think it was I'm not sure.
Wait. So from Harry O'Kane, man, thank you for the Harry O'Kane says it's not arrogance, it's hope. No, Harry, it's a mix. See, my friend Billy has hope. My friend, and there's some English people where it is hope, and they're always hopeful. There are other people where it's arrogance. So there are some English fans like my friend who are like, they're like, hey, we can do it and so forth, and they're hopeful and everything, but they are always cautiously optimistic. But then there's the arrogance of people who really believe that, yeah, man, we can win it and we should win it. And they are somehow shocked when they don't or when they get beat. And I'm like, you need to stop being shocked when you get beat because you have no credit in the bank as England football team. Now, your individuals may have credit, but England football team as a union doesn't have credit. The mistake people make is these individuals are so good for their clubs. Surely, if they come together, they should be amazing. That's not how it works. How it works is, forget what you do at your clubs. What do you do when you are a team? And what we're seeing is Mount for Chelsea, Kane for Tottenham, Rashford for United, and so forth are obviously better and more effective in those systems and within those players than when they come together together as a unit. So from MN, who says, how can you invent a sport and only win once in 60 years? Now, from what I believe, I think they say that China actually invented for football, apparently because they used to kick around severed heads.
Yeah, I heard that.
So like that's what I heard, man. So I don't know about it. But if let's say England did invent it, then yeah, it's it's an L. If you invented a sport and you've only won it once, I mean, I've got questions, bro. From Junior Aziz says, so what's England's best starting 11 then? In my view, Sancho and Grealish have to be in that starting 11. And you see, and
where is Sancho?
If you push me,
he's occupied with contracts right now,
bro. If you push me,
that's
Saka should be in the starting 11. See,
and
based off what I've seen in these 2 games, it's been garbage. Like, you need come that Czech Republic game, you need a makeover. But for me, I think that this team is lacking creativity, and Grealish, I think, can give you some identity. Saka is a guy who can run at players, get into those tight spots, and can make things happen in that final third, which people like Sterling or really Foden are not really able to do right now. Paul Kicklin says, thank you for the job. Teams who haven't won the World Cup have more football heritage than England, like Holland, Nigeria. Hey, thank you. Also, Rash being the first sub says it all. No clue. Can someone explain to me the Rashford?
Grealish was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or Grealish came on first.
No, see, you bring Harry Kane off. I don't see why you put Rashford up front.
yeah, not a striker.
MBE, man. Come on.
He's not a striker. What logical sense is?
I was thinking about this on the way back from the train back. I think his thinking was, and it's a risk because again, as Red Devil was saying before, you have a guy who's even fully fit, but his idea was Kane can't run. So if Scotland are desperate to try and get the goal because they're all hyped up at the game, maybe Rashford can catch them in behind through the high line. But the issue we have, which is what Red Devil was saying to me, is that you have a guy who's not fully fit. He's not fully fit. So you might as well bring in a Calvert-Lewin who maybe with his movements or something can drop on him and he can make something happen, But that's the issue. What's it called? From Tom Crosson, who says Kane can sign with Motherwell. O'Donnell just signed a good one. Motherwell, bro.
It's a team that's got.
No. Of course, I know who Motherwell are, but guys, let's keep it real. The way Kane has been playing, I don't think Lugo would sign him. Right now, Lugo will say, "I'm sorry, you can't help." Right now, he's not good enough for Lugo. The Kane of experience is not good enough for Lugo. And from Costly Awesome, who says the Bundesliga tax is real. # free Bellingham and Sancho.
Yes.
Is Sancho gonna play any parts of this Euros, or he's just here for?
I don't think so.
After the contract signing.
Well, that's why.
No, because I mean, my thing is, Bellingham and Sancho, these have been really good for Dortmund, and I think in Bellingham you have a guy who can really move the ball around well in midfield.
He's the only central midfielder, really.
In Sancho, just it's some spark, get some spark, but also play 4-3-3. But you see, the issue you have here is Mount has to play, Kane has to play.
Yeah, he might take Phillips out in the next game and put Jude Bellingham there.
Yeah,
that would be the change.
See, the issue that England have is there are guys who are just protected, who shouldn't be protected, but they're protected because of an agenda. You see, Cristiano being protected, that makes sense. It's freaking Cristiano. So he is untouchable, and because he's earned the right to be untouchable. So Mbappe and for France, he's earned the right to be Kante. You don't touch Kante because he's important. But Mount and Kane. So if these guys continue to play like crap, they still have to play. And that's this is the sick thing about England. Kane can just continue to play like crap, and they'll be like, no, he's one of the He's one of the best strikers in the EPL. He is a beacon for the EPL, and he will continue to play. And if he doesn't play well, it's because of Southgate, or he doesn't feel well. He ate too much oatmeal or something like that. Hassan, man, talk to me, Hassan.
Bro, I can't lie. I think I fell asleep during the game, bro. I mean, this game was ass, if I'll be honest. This England team, I didn't know why I watched them. I just watched them to see if they lose, to be honest. I don't know how Sterling started.
Brickgate.
Dude, I don't know how he even came to the Euro, Sterling. Let's be honest. I know he scored in the first game against Croatia. Croatia are trash. They're past their best. It was a fluke goal. Me personally, I would have started Sancho, Kane, and Bellingham, and Foden on the right. But bro, the guy started Rice and Phillips, 2 DMs against 5 of the back Scotland. I don't get it, bro. But you know, I love to see England fail, man. I love to see England
fail. But like, I think it's key that you brought that up, man. That was a crap game. And Hassan, let's be real. Both of England's games have been hard to watch.
Bro, it's for the past 20 minutes having the first Croatia game. Apart from that, it was trash.
Yeah, like
awful.
England have been involved in. I would say England have probably been involved in 2 of the worst games of these Euros.
Yes.
You can make an argument they've been involved in 2 of the worst games of these Euros, because especially when you come from the Italy games and the Belgium games to this, it is a massive drop off. And look at what the Netherlands have looked like in both the games. Look at what Italy have looked like. It is a huge drop off too. Like, if it was being objective, it's not impossible. Hassan, who should take more blame, Southgate or the players on that pitch?
Southgate.
For this game, the players. You are good enough to beat Scotland. No offense, shout out my boy Robbo and shout out Scott McTominay, but apart from them two, the team is average. It's average. Kane, you're meant to be best number 9 in the world, better than Lewandowski. Where were you? MBE Rashford came on. Where was he? Sterling. Where was he? I mean, let's be honest, he's played overhyped. They're overhyped, TJ. I know the Premier League merchants elite, they say what's up in the Premier League, but in big competitions, I don't know where they are. And can I just say, well, I think Netherlands, we laughed at Netherlands and Frank de Boer. They might give life to England if they ever meet. I'm just saying they might give life to England.
Like, it's just that they obviously can't meet in the second round and so forth. But my thing is, obviously England are coming through the group because of this whole third place thing. But my thing is, it's the way things are looking. It's most likely that they'll face Germany. You know, and my thing is, like, Germany don't look great, and they all have their own issues as well.
If Germany play how they played against France, they will give life to England.
But the only way that can happen is if Germany finish 3rd and England finish 1st. I think I think that's the only way.
And Red, here's the thing right now. The way things are looking, Czech Republic could top this group.
My boy.
So because this England team now, we're like, okay, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about this team really, because this team looks like, they've got a lot of problems. Like, they're just somehow going through. But look, let me bring this back. Suleiman, talk to me, man. Suleiman.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, speaking of Harry Kane, listen, he's a consistent goal scorer in the Premier League, and I'll give him that. He's very consistent, but you can't score against Scott McTominay, a decent midfielder playing a center back. Grant Hanley, who is this dude? And Kieran Tierney. I mean, he's a good fullback for Arsenal, but like, he's playing center back, and you got a goalkeeper from Derby County. You got to do better, man. And listen, they got very talented attacking individuals, but there's no like cohesive team identity. And that's
I mean, what is the issue? Is the issue that the players just aren't good enough and we're lied to, or the manager just craps? That the players are amazing, but it's all on the manager. Because see, I have an issue putting everything on the manager. Southgate ain't great, and he is a large part of the issue because he's not tactically very good. But are these players really as good as we think they are? Or are they only just good because of the systems managers and the other non-English players that they play around?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, the players are good, don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of these players were playing in the Champions League final. I mean, if you're playing in the Champions League final, you definitely have quality, you know. But I don't know. Is it the pressure of playing for like a national team that's getting to them? I'm not honestly sure. As for Southgate, he's not a bad manager, but he shouldn't be on this level of in the Euros.
Mr. Lareth Southgate, talk to me, bro.
Can you hear me?
You sound like you're in Baghdad, but we can hear you though. Go for it.
I watched the game. It was actually so boring. You know, I don't know what's wrong with him because like I wasn't seeing any passage of play. I wasn't seeing anything. I just seen. I could just tell he's relying on individual quality. Like,
Wait, YSK, can you DM me that picture, please?
Yeah, I'll do
it. Give me that picture. Sorry, go, Karen.
And I think with Kane, maybe it's a bit of his injury as well, but maybe it's the fact that he's leaving. He might be leaving Tottenham this summer, so that might be playing on his mind. I don't know, but I don't see them going far in this tournament because the manager is a brick, man. I don't know. He's playing 2 CDMs against Scotland, man. I don't understand him, but
I mean, do you? Because this is a question I want to ask everyone: are these players really as good as we make them out to be? Should they be heralded as these top players if they haven't really shown it in a tournament? Because my thing is that are these guys really amazing, or are they just amazing because of the particular environments that they have within their clubs?
Scotland has.
Wait, let me answer. Let me answer. Lars, answer.
Like the other guy said, I think it's a bit of both. You know, the system that they're playing with their teams. You know, they have good managers, but they play from different nationalities, so they have different aspects of the games that they play with. But at the same time, the manager is not good, man. I honestly, I don't think he's good at all because I just seen no passage of play. And I wasn't seeing anything. It was so bland. It wasn't good at all for me.
Wonder, talk to me, man. What's trash did I witness today, man?
Well, it's this trash that we witnessed is nothing that really surprises me because, as I've said time and time again, England have a way of playing football that's like not very entertaining. They just want to play very stagnated, very basic, boring football, and somehow they still want to try and win something. The truth is that they can't. And in terms of how good are the players really, I really believe that a player's development and their talent definitely depends on the manager. Hence why you made a point where if you're at club level, if you're dealing with a really, really good manager, they can bring the best out of those players. The problem is with England, Gareth Southgate, unfortunately, is not that caliber of a manager. He can't bring the best out of these players because the only thing that's good about England is the individual talent that they have. They don't play well together as a team. And what really disappoints me is that England are one of the most underwhelming performers in any major competition. They are so underwhelming. And knowing that they have such great individual talents, they never play like these guys are like as good as they hype.
And what's the reason for that? Is it because of the manager? Because the manager just is he's the main reason. So it's the manager just somehow bad, yeah. Like it's the manager, yeah.
No, I don't want to say it's the manager, but as you know that England as well, they have a narrative. So the narratives actually also play a part in the whole England squad because of the hype and that the players get with Mason Mount and Foden's and all that stuff. They have to play, unfortunately. When the truth is, as much as those guys are good, they are not good enough to start. They can be in the squad, but I believe that Mason Mount shouldn't be starting, and I've been an advocate for that. I do
wonder there is no way that Mount and Kane don't start in England. It is what it is. They have to start because It's just how things work. Now, if we're talking for sorry, it might, based on what I've seen of these two games, Kane is dropped, Mount is dropped, and Foden is questionable. Foden
Very-
is questionable. But it's just
Kane-
not how things work, man.
Yeah, I agree. It's just not going to happen because of the narratives, because narratives can't play a part into this. So I just believe that they are a really, really, really underwhelming team because they don't play as advertised. They look really good on paper, but with the way they perform and the way they play, it's just not good enough. They are clearly like there's obviously like vendettas and narratives within the team because everybody knows that Harry Kane should not be playing that deep. And if you are going to be playing him that deep, if you're going to be coming down to try to receive the ball, there should be runners. So having Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice in midfield, it's not going to help because those guys are defensive minded. And if your only creative player is Mason Mount in the middle of midfield, you are in trouble. You are in big trouble. Like
Okay, so where do you now play Mount then? Where should Mount be played?
I would say if you're gonna play Mount, there has to be like another sort of creative player next to him because
you know what the issue is? You've just commented. The issue here is that. Let's take Italy for example. When you look at Italy, you can say that on the training ground, Mancini has trained Berardi, Di Lorenzo, Spinazzola, Insigne, and Immobile in movement, spacing, and chemistry. I can just tell that they've trained. So there is a strategy to how they attack, how they run, and how they position themselves, and how they launch attacks. There is a pattern of play that is very well defined. You look at Netherlands. We insulted De Boer and called him a clown. You understand, okay, Denzel Dumfries is always going to make this run. Ronaldo is going to make this run. The pie is going to peel off here. Ronaldo's going to bring the ball up here like this. Weghorst is now going to come in. There is a clear, defined pattern of play. I look at England. I don't think Southgate has trained them or given them an attacking identity of, okay, once we're now in the final third, what's the spacing? Where are guys positioned? Which runs are being made? What is the pattern of play that we can go to? It's just, hey, you are a top scorer for Tottenham. Oh, you won the Champions League for Chelsea. Figure it out. But it's like no. Figure it out. It's for Brazil, not for England.
Yeah, but the amount of times we've actually seen Harry Kane in the box, like how many times have you actually seen him in the opposition's box that game? Like, and that's my thing. It's just the way that they're being played and how Southgate is just like managing the team. Like you said, you made the point. Like, I don't think he has what it takes. And it's just really, really like disappointing because I really feel like if England are as good as they say they are, they should be playing their best team out there, attacking and everything else like that. And I've said it like even for the Croatia game, I believe that they should have made the biggest statement that they could against Croatia because not only did they lose to Croatia in the World Cup in 2018, like they themselves are not looking very good because it's not their strongest team. So I believe that England should have made a statement, should have made it pretty clear that in this Euros they want to take over and play their best players to the best of their abilities.
Okay, so let me just hit these jobs. I need to just hit these jobs, bro. So and then because we need to get some other guys to speak. So from the Undisputed who is here, who says Marco and Barella will give birth to Rice and Phillips. Undisputed, most of these, from what I've seen from France, from Netherlands, from a lot of these guys, if England meets any of these guys, they'll get like
Ratti hasn't played though. Like Italy been fine.
Listen, Barella on his ones will finish
mute. See, my thing is that England, you can't go into a tournament without a midfield. Like you can't do this. You can't go into a tournament. Shout out to Phillips who had a cool game against Croatia. You can't go into a tournament where Phillips and Rice, those are your midfielders. You can't do.
So just off topic, but just FYI, Fabrizio Romano just tweeted. Apparently, Spurs broken down talks with Gattuso. So God.
Yeah. Hey, Valverde is next.
put my
Valverde is next.
application in right now. HH,
Valverde
Valverde is
is-
next in line.
And just
It's
one
just
more
have
for good
mercy.
luck. One
Have
more for
mercy.
good luck. Red Devil, I will please. Can you not mention Spurs again?
I don't get it. How can you mess up like 7 managers?
Red
Oh
Devil,
my
I'm
God.
begging you, please. Can you not mention Spurs?
I'm
again?
sending my application in
They're
tomorrow.
getting Ernesto.
No,
what's it
Lampard
called?
is next.
Can I please say this? You know how
Okay, wait.
it's
So
so bad.
from Tom Crossan, thank you for the dub. Tom Crossan says Harry Kane is Southgate's sugar ...
Daddy.
Now,
Oh,
yes, we don't want
yeah.
to. Oh, no, sorry. He said Harry Kane. Harry Kane. Well, I like to call him Larry Lane. I think as of right now, he's Larry Lane. Boy, Harry Kane can walk. My thing here is that Southgate, he made a big move bringing off Larry Lane, man. And it was the right move to make. And that's why I cannot wait to look at people's records. Because basically, after I'm done here, I'm going to ESPN FC and I'm going to BBC just to look at everybody's reactions to the whole thing, man. Because Larry Lane, I repeat, and I want people to be clear here, he has been garbage in his 2 games. And don't give me that crap that it's because of the manager. Oh, he's not fit. No, can I just say one thing? I think this is what people need to accept. You can be amazing for your club and be crap for your country.
Like
That
Messi.
can happen. So I think for some people, they're like, no. He is amazing for Tottenham. So something must be wrong. He can't be crap. He's amazing. So it must be the manager. It must be the tactics. It must be the system. He's not fully fit. But no, guys, it can happen. Because I repeat, Harry Kane was playing under Mourinho, next to Heung-min Son, next to other players, and in a different system, in a different environment. And club football is different. International football is much more tactical. It's much more slower, and it's a different kind of game. So rather than say that, oh, what's wrong? Is maybe Harry Kane isn't very adaptable. He doesn't know how to adapt and tweak his game to suit the international game. Stop coming up with excuses and just be like, he's been trash for these 2 games. And from your boy Casey, thanks for the dub, Casey. Casey says, if you want 2 DMs, drop Mount for a Jack or Sancho. Abdul is right. Kane has to drop deep to get the ball. No dribblers or Muller-type passers in midfield. You see, Casey, you're preaching to the choir here. Mount in Tuchel's system works because of the foundation he has. He has the foundation of Kante, Jorginho, Pulisic, Havertz, and so forth. So Mount can get away not having to really be a dribbler and so forth because you have such a large support system to work with. For England, Mount, your role is very important because you're pretty much the creator. You're the guy in the final third that is tasked with trying to make things happen. And people can say, Mount is, of course, he's talented. He's a talented dude. He's not that great. He can't dribble. He's not a flamboyant player. He's not a guy that can produce something magical. He's not a guy that can, as an individual, that can just sort of beat the guys. That's not his game.
Produce an assist for you guys to win the Champions League, man. That's match.
Red Devil, can I just read it? So that's my thing there. So what's it called? And from Paul Kickley, man, thank you. Paul Kickley says, imagine what Wenger would do with this England team. Football Association gets an attacking manager like Martinez. However, Bielsa, maybe Rodgers, if you can tempt him. Okay, guys, I've always had this theory, and now I'm beginning to rethink my theory. Let me tell you my theory. My theory was every country should be coached by a manager from that country. And I believe because every country, you understand you understand the footballing culture of that country. So I felt, England, you need to get an English manager, but here's where it gets sticky. England don't have any good managers. There isn't a quality English manager that exists. And then I look at Belgium and look at how good Belgium looked like under Martinez. So maybe it's a case of, because England just don't have any good managers, maybe it's a case you need as Homeboy said, an attacking manager. So we say, as Paul says, you need maybe an attacking manager who has an offensive game plan. I'm looking at a freaking team that have not trained in an offensive game plan in training. I am convinced they haven't. This is the guys who, obviously, because Southgate is a defender, defensive setup, good formation, good shape, but how do you break down teams? Do you believe in Southgate? Southgate has a an attacking philosophy. Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't have an attacking philosophy. So that's the issue. Let me come over to your boy.
Can I go back quickly next?
Okay, I'm just going to go quickly then.
Yeah. You asked how many good players does England really have? How many world-class players does England really have? Let's say we define world-class as would get into the World 11. Do you think it's fair to say Scotland has more world-class players than England? Because Scotland at least have one. Not even joking. Robertson is closer to a World 11 than any English player. Would that be fair to say?
Oof.
Facts.
Like, if you put Robertson at left back in a World 11, nobody would bat an eyelid. But if you put any England player in a World 11, people will be like, nah. So
yeah, 100%.
As people at first, whenever Undisputed says stuff, you're like, okay, is this guy smoking something? But when you now think about it, because I like
He's
how
got a point. He's got a point.
I like how, because he said that if you put Robertson in a World 11, you're like, yeah, okay, like you like, because he's one of the best left backs in the world. If Kane is in a World 11, I'm like,
where's Lewandowski?
What? If Mount's in the world, I was like, what? If Henderson is like, what? So any English player in a World 11, you're like,
Sancho, right?
No, Sancho, not over Messi and Neymar or these other attackers. Come on. Sancho's good, though.
On the right,
Maybe
though.
Stones.
Who said Stones? Who said
Whoa.
Who said Stones?
Was that cool?
Who said Stones? Who said Stones? Who
I
said
didn't
Stones?
say that. I didn't say that.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Come on, don't be a well coward.
Was that you, Cole? Or did
Rachel,
you
who said
say that?
Stones?
That's not me. I never said that.
Guys,
Whoever
I
said
won't
that.
do anything. I promise I won't do anything. So just own up, man up, and just say who said
Jesus
Stones.
Christ. John Stones, bro.
Wait, guys, someone said Stones. Just own up and say who said Stones.
Being dead serious, I
It's
didn't
one of
say
the news
Stones, bro.
guys that is
I
muted.
didn't say Stones.
I know it was not you.
Oh,
So you have a big voice. Who
That's hilarious.
said Stones?
It's one of the new guys that's muted, obviously.
Wait. Wonder, was it? Did you say Stones?
No. I said Harry Maguire. I'll admit that. I said Maguire. I didn't say John Stones.
Okay,
You know, the voice.
live chat.
Now that he spoke, the voice sounds very familiar. So
Live chats. Does someone say? So nobody is going to say. Who said Stones? Live chats. Somebody in live chat, can you just tell me who said Stones so that I can expose this dude? Because it's so weird though. That, like, you can't even. Oh, I mean that. So basically, back to the point that we're being made. Yes, any English player who is
you wouldn't get him in the World 11, basically.
Sorry, okay,
Robertson.
continue.
But it's just this is what I call illusion of depth, right? You wanted, like, France has actual depth, superstars all across the pitch, defense, midfield, attack, you name it, right? You had the same thing with Germany 2014, Spain 2010. This England team, you know what this team reminds me of? The Argentina team that lost 3 finals in a row, because they also had a really good attack on paper. So people were like, "Oh, they're stacked, they're amazing." But when he actually looked at the midfield and defense, it was weak. And basically the midfield in particular was weak, and they lost for basically the same reason as this England team. Which, when you look at like Rice, Phillips, that's a Nigeria level midfield. Let's be honest here. Rice and Phillips, that is complete brick level midfield. No. These guys don't come close to Pogba, Kante, or Cruz, Gundogan, or even Barella, Marco. As for Sterling, did this guy survive 90 minutes today? Sterling.
Excuse me? What? Like, I didn't get that statement. Nigeria level. What's that level, man?
A Nigeria level midfield. Rice and Phillips. Sorry.
Undisputed, or you're still speaking to a country that gave you JJ Okocha and Sunday Lisa have some damn.
I rest my case.
Now stay on topic.
I rest my case. Like, what does that statement mean?
Indeed.
Check yourself. Check yourself, bro. Check yourself.
Did Sterling survive 90 minutes though? Did he survive?
Yes, he's a brick.
Okay, so
Yeah, he did.
I have this theory, right? Sterling has naked pictures of Gareth Southgate. So this is a fact. I've heard. So that's why Southgate will always start him and never take him off. But what Southgate needs to realize for the sake of England is that no one wants to look at his naked pictures anyway. So it's not really blackmail material. So he should just bench Sterling, let them get leaked. No one will look at them. You're not Emma Watson. And then, boom, England will be better.
Okay, wow, okay. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that, but let me bring in your boy, Brian. Talk to me, man. Brian, talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you loud and clear. You sound like you're from Iraq, but we can let you loud and clear.
First of all, that was brick level performance. Brick level performance. I mean, what's the tactics? Is it possession, direct, long ball? All I can see is just sideways passing and then give the ball to the attackers.
No, I think the tactic is Mason Mount is one of the best young players in the world. Foden is one of the best young players in the world. Harry Kane is the best striker in the world. They'll figure it out because they're so good. That's the tactic.
He's a brick level manager. Induct him, HH. If they finish third, induct him. All right.
But Brian, you say this though. But Red Devil, remember what we're talking about?
Yeah, I said it.
If they finish third, it's a pretty nice path. It's a pretty nice path for this because
they would celebrate that. It would be a nice little road.
But this is why the group stages are a bit of a like. I know we're talking about, but on a way, it is a bit of a fast in the Euros because, like, there's one pathway where we're bigging up Belgium, but Belgium could potentially face Germany in the round of 16, and then one of those two big teams are going out. So it's almost like this whole third place thing has almost kind of made the whole.
No. Don't even get me started on that crap because I was talking to I was talking to my friend about it, and he's like, this expansion thing. It dilutes the whole tournament because now I'm basically the group stages. They're not even exciting. Where's the drama? The drama is, oh my gosh, man! Because if top two go through, there is now real drama on the final day.
Yeah. So
there are guys who like after like your first, second game, you're already through and everything. But like once you now say even third goes through, you remove the drama. So really, things only really start in the quarterfinals because if you have so many freaking teams in there, I'm sorry, there aren't 24 quality European teams. There aren't.
I'm pretty sure you can like. I think Portugal did this. I think you can get through the groups just by not losing.
Yeah,
as in like you can draw. Yeah. You can draw all three and you can get through. So
Portugal literally won the Euros by doing that.
So they would have never won it if it wasn't for the third place.
Whole tournament against Wales. They only won one game to get on the road to the final. One game that was against Wales.
Yeah. This is why
because it would have been very exciting if it was a normal regular format and England, because then it would make the Czech Republic game like very tense because they would be like, oh. If you lose this and results go against you,
but now they'll just
they have a better. Oh no! If let's say it was top two and they lost to the Czech Republic and Croatia beats Scotland, then yeah. Czech Republic would be top, Croatia would be second, and then England would be.
But the way things will go, they're going to play out a goalless draw with England. They'll both end up with 5 points. England will conveniently be second place, and then Southgate will do that. Like, if I'd honestly tell people, don't watch England versus Czech Republic, because it's going to be basically going to be a goalless draw. Because
No, Red Devil. After these two games, man, I'm not sure I'm rushing to watch an England game. But look, sorry, let me go back to Brian. Brian, continue, Brian.
Yeah. So, this team, I think Hansi Flick would do a great job with this side. Hansi Flick, the way he played with Bayern, he could do a really good job. But how are they favorites? Based on what? No,
it's based on they invented football.
It's based on the Premier League.
They have one major cup when the dinosaurs existed.
That's harsh. True, but harsh. Okay, wait. Let me get some dubs. So, from your boy, Miguel Rabines says Billy Gilmour was man of the match in his FA Cup debut, Premier League debut, CL debut, and now his Euros debut with Scotland. Gilmour needs to be given more game time at CFC now, guys. Hold up. Who was voted man of the? Who was given man of the match in this game?
I thought it was McGregor.
Gilmour. No, Gilmour.
Gilmour.
You're lying.
No, he did.
Come to Bundesliga. Come to Bundesliga.
England.
Come to Bundesliga. Come to Bundesliga.
Scotland, man of the match.
Cool. Was that you saying come to Bundesliga?
Yeah, come to Bundesliga, man.
Wait,
come to Bundesliga.
Was this guy really? He was really man of the match.
He almost cleared Kovacic.
Yes.
Wait, no, HH. What channel did you watch the game on?
I thought Phillips was the Yorkshire Pirlo.
What?
No. They said no. Hold up, no. They said Phillips was the Yorkshire Pirlo.
Bro, they couldn't help themselves, bro. All they had to do was just let the dude chill and then carry on with this game. They did interview after interview after interview. Already ruined Phillips this tournament. Like, why would you do that? After one game against a mediocre, Croatia side.
Imagine Billy Gilmour. Billy Gilmour,
to be fair, when I've seen him play for Chelsea, it's been all right. Like, this is no trash guy.
No. Okay, hold up. My shock isn't of Billy Gilmour being on the mind. My shock is England, after all that hype about Phillips and showing his history and his past and everything, you allowed a guy as young as Billy Gilmour to come and control your midfield. The embarrassment, basically, the L's that England are taking tonight is incredible.
Bro, what channel did you watch the game on?
ITV.
See, on at halftime, yeah, this is when it's like really bad. So if you watch it on ITV, you know the panel had Graham Souness on it. At halftime, you know what this dude did? He was smiling the whole analysis, by the way. At halftime, he said, "You know what England needs? They need a Billy Gilmour."
Dude.
Come to Bundesliga, man. We need you.
He said it with such a grin on his face, bro.
But okay, no. But to answer points, Miguel, no. Like for me, I think that look, Chelsea lets go of your boy tomorrow. They should not let go of Billy Gilmour, because trust me, if I'm Billy Gilmour and
he's getting loaned,
you make your debut like that, you have to be given an opportunity. You have to, like, I think look. You can insult Core all you want, man. But if Core is offering him German citizenship and everything in Bundesliga and so forth, and Dortmund are saying, "Yo, man, we can give you game time," bro.
Yeah,
I just
I'll
understood.
take it.
So for Chelsea, it's difficult to get into the team because you've got Kante, Kovacic, you've got Jorginho. It's a very difficult team to get into. And I think that if I'm Billy Gilmour and I was advising him, you're not going to start many 90 minutes games for Chelsea based on just how many guys are there and how many more players they may be bringing. I think the idea is go to Germany and you are guaranteed go on loan in Germany.
He could go to Gladbach. He could go to Gladbach. He could go to Gladbach or Leverkusen if he really is
They
interested.
could do well with him. Also, from your boy Paul Kickling says, he says, I meant Eddie Howe only attacking English manager. See, now, I did say that there are no good English managers, but if you had to pick one, I think the best one is Eddie Howe. Because I think what he did with Bournemouth was good. And I think that, Eddie Howe would 100% be better than this freaking Southgate dude. That's a fact.
High Redknapp, if he can coach, it would be.
See, my thing is, people say he's too old. Bro,
He's old.
Is he?
Is he older than Hodgson? I don't think he's older.
I doubt that. If he is, then that's bad.
Hodgson literally just retired this year. So
Roy Hodgson is a dinosaur. So
my thing is that just that with if given years good hand, because Redknapp is a guy who would be perfect for this England team because of Redknapp's philosophy and how he views the game. Because Redknapp will look at guys like Sancho, Saka, like how guys. Because basically, Redknapp will take it back to '96 of let's now play that cheers attacking boom, and But Southgate, he doesn't have a plan. And his view of football is pretty much anti-football, and you have such a wealth of attacking talent that it's not good enough just having attacking talent. You have to have a specific game plan. That Spain team would have won nothing if Del Bosque didn't say, no, we have to have a very specific blueprint game plan that everyone goes towards, which is what they were able to freaking do.
It's just vibes, HH.
Yeah, man. Look. What's good? Let me go to your boy Blue Eyes, man. Talk to me, man. Blue Eyes, talk to me. England, man.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Well,
can you hear me?
I'm alive, so.
Yeah, good. Yeah, hey, it was a very, very subpar performance all around. Man, it just took the energy out of the whole game. Yeah, and then this whole Jack Grealish approach to coming in to destabilize a low block, it didn't work. It did not work, in my humble opinion. Like, his play today was too predictable. Get the ball, dribble 3, dribble past 4, get kicked down, get roughed up. And you can tell the Scots, right? You can tell they studied Jack Grealish. He was literally minus one.
No. I'm sorry. Do you
this guy's been saying this the whole stream? So
this is moron. This is stupid moron. Sorry, man. Continue.
Are you talking to me? Oh, sorry.
No. This dude here, Kane, world class, World Cup Golden Boots. 3. I mean, what does that nonsense mean? He's been garbage
playing to Siberia.
Oh, okay.
Playing to Siberia.
Half of his goals were pens.
No, look, sorry, man. John, please talk, man. Talk.
Yeah, so Jack Grealish. Man, I wasn't impressed. And I'm a huge fan. But today, maybe he's still recovering from injuries, but I just found that he could have been a little more unpredictable with the level of his IQ in the game. He comes with high IQ when it comes to that kind of play, but they just figured him out. Hence why people like
more than Kane did in 10 minutes. Grealish did in 10 minutes. Grealish did more than Kane did in 70.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, it looked like he was running around in circles because there was no end product. That's what I'm trying to say. And what his role is, this is in my humble opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what his role is supposed to be is, you see, they brought him in to see if they could find another way to unscrew the Scottish low block. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so all he kept.
Who was it?
Sorry.
Go on.
No, so what I'm trying to say is, he kept dribbling, but he wasn't opening. He wasn't making the assist before the assist.
But who is he going to assist to? Because
Well,
there's because Kane is off now.
You're
so
right,
he's
but
only-
that's the thing. Like HH said,
but you have to put people on. Sometimes you have to put people on. There's also what's called putting people on, and that's his role. Like you have to commit. Sometimes you have to force people to commit with your pass.
Yeah, but the point is,
go ahead.
Who though? Because no one is.
Well, the whole that's a good question.
None of the that's true. If you're going to do those things, you need players actually to make those runs to participate. One of the things I saw in this England game is that's
true.
Why I criticize the attackers more so in this game than in defense. Because to be fair, England haven't conceded. The defense, you can't really criticize the defense. They've done their job. They're fine. But the attackers, so many times in this game, I include Kane in this, is that when did have a or Grealish that tried to create something, none of them were actually making anticipatory runs. None of them were actually anticipating anything. They were almost waiting for the ball to play to feet.
That's what I'm saying. And
Red Devil. Red Devil. Where does that come from?
Exactly.
That's come from what are these guys doing in training? It's like again, that's why I like to do watch Italy play. When you look at Italy play, no, these guys have trained. That they have a specific idea has been drilled into them of he stands there, he runs it. So like clockwork, they know how to move the ball around. In England, it's like it's lethargic, it's like a daisical. I'm like, what is the pattern of play here?
I think it's 50-50.
No, but what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say though is that I hear what you're saying, but Grealish's job is he was supposed to do 40% of what he was doing when he came in. The rest were supposed to be passes. The rest were supposed to be constructive passes. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not getting the point. So yes, you're right. Who is he going to pass to? Trust me, Mason Mount was poor. I thought he was probably he ran today at about 60%. Who else? Foden. Nuff said. Kane was below average. But here's the dilemma with Kane. When Kane plays, he attracts two defenders minimum. So that opens up the channels. But the kids on the channels couldn't do anything. So in all honesty though, if you can't score, remember, high school football, if you can't score, don't concede. Yeah. If you can't score, don't concede. That's the bottom line. That's also victory. However, I know it's being mediocre, but at least they kept a clean sheet. So I'm not really going to shine the light on the double pivot today because if you want to weigh them, no goals came in. So they did their job. They protected the defense. But yes, they might have been too pedestrian in playing Rice and Phillips. But at the end of the day, they didn't concede. Now, I'm not sure about Luke Shaw. I think that's Chilwell's position.
No,
not because I'm a Chelsea fan.
Wait. Before I come to call, what can this? Do you still believe that England?
Yeah,
can turn things around. This was just a bad day at the office, and maybe these guys can still win the Euros. He said absolutely. Excuse me.
Did you say win the Euros?
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah, so
no, because you said
no. I'm with you.
Wait. What did he say? Absolutely to?
No, you said if they can bounce back. I said yes, absolutely. Bouncing back meaning do better than they did today, for sure. They have potential to bounce out of.
I mean, they can't get any worse, to be honest.
Could they still win the Euros?
Surprised.
No.
You know what? Right now, I'm counting my teeth with my tongue, like they say. And to be honest with you, right now it's one game at a time for England. One game at a time.
You say, can they still win the Euros? Chelsea won the Champions League. Let's not forget that. Okay?
Another thing that we're not talking about.
Shout out to Wise K.
London Blues won the Champions League, so don't rule these guys out.
Wait, Wise K. Wait, John. Blue us what he wants. Yeah.
No, I said Jadon Sancho. We got to find a way to get him back in there. How come he's not playing? What's going on? Like, I'm shocked.
He's signing the contract.
I think Sancho was just taking just for a lap. Why he's not signing anything? Wait, what's it called? Call. Talk to me. Call.
Yeah. So Steve Clark, This is a West Brom reject. Used to be a manager of West Brom. I'm shocked how he's still managing in the year of 2021. How you draw to him, kind of amazes me. But I saw this coming against Croatia. Um, Croatia, with those chances they missed, they I knew they weren't gonna win against Scotland. Um, what I will say is that I think one thing I like about Scotland is um because we need to stop talking about England. Sometimes we need to get away from the hype and we need to talk about Scotland and the players they have because they got some pretty good players. Tierney's not bad. Tierney's a really good fullback.
Yeah,
Robertson is
no. We respect what
Mhm,
Scotland have, but
mhm.
they have no attack. And as I said
No,
again,
I know.
this was a game that they
So
could have won.
Che Adams, okay, so Che Adams literally was the one to score against Man City last season. He scored against Man City. He pulled off an upset with Southampton. So
Then
they got a
then why
decent
didn't you
team.
score in this game then?
No, I'm saying they're a decent team. They're not the best team, but they're a decent team. Um, so yeah, very disappointing. And I think what England needs to do now is I am just asking for Saka. Where the hell is Bakayo Saka?
No.
Where
As I
the
said again, look,
hell is Bakayoko Saka? That's all I'm
the,
asking for.
the issue is
Mm,
Southgate is
mhm,
getting exposed. And
mm.
as I said in the beginning of the stream, the worst thing that happened to England was getting to the World Cup semi-finals. Because they reached a point that they're not reached since 1990. People were like, "Oh no, Southgate must be the answer." But it's like, wait a minute, guys. But the team, it was luck. They said, "No, it's not luck. We are amazing." So because they refused to actually investigate the way in which they reached the World Cup semi-finals, because the benchmark is so low that a World Cup semis was seen as this great, amazing victory, without actually saying, "Well, the team didn't actually play well, and they got lucky to reach there." All this nonsense happened. So my thing is the problem. I mean, look, Scotland. They were never going to. They were never going to beat England. They
Yeah.
played well. They did really, really, really well, and there were times
Mm.
in which they were controlling the game. But for me, we can't just champion. You played well. You put a good effort. No, win the game because
Mm.
you can't just come here to compete. You have to come here to try and win. And for Scotland, as well as they played, they should have put England away. They should put England to bed. But the issue is the focus has to be on England because these are the guys that have been hyped. These are the guys that people have
Oh
been
yeah.
passionate about, up and down and everything.
But
And look
HH
at what
Harry
they did.
HH Harry Kane is overrated. You know that, right? You know Harry Kane is
That's not what they
overrated.
tell me. They told me that Hurricane is the best striker in the world.
Nah, he's overrated.
That's what they said.
He's
Yeah, I
overrated
know, but
because
Harry Kane wasn't getting the service he needed in this game.
No.
he's
Wait.
overrated.
Okay, cool. Finish your point. Just finish your point, and I'll come to
Yeah.
PFC.
So Harry Kane is overrated. Because I'm gonna tell you why he's overrated. Um, I'm kind of negotiating HH that maybe Harry Kane is a system merchant. Maybe he only fits a certain system and he suits like a certain play style that if he doesn't play in that play style, he's not as effective as he is, let's say, in Spurs. You see, so this is why I'm saying it's overrated. Oh yeah, and by the way, Argentina scored 1-0 against Uruguay. So yeah, aka Liasi. Yeah.
Oh wow.
As this guy bricked it again.
Okay, HH, we can move on, yo.
No, it's Bricknet, man. Bricknet's back. Oh my god. Not again.
Oh man.
Oh, thank you for
Wait,
that
wait.
very relevant piece of information. It wasn't. Yes, he talked to me about
I
it.
literally thought it was breaking it. I
Can you
literally
I
thought.
mute
literally thought it
your
was breaking
mic?
it. This guy
No,
literally
mute your
froze on the
freaking
screen.
mic, man. Yes, he talked to me. Yes, he talked to me about England.
How do you stay? How do
Well,
you stay so still?
what's
That was
happened to?
Meditation,
He froze.
meditation.
Oh,
That was
whatever. Okay. Okay, I was going to say that England, I mean, to be fair, I think the reason why England struggled against is because they have a coach who is basically a very defensive. He's not attacking coach. Look at the England they have. They got Sancho, they got Harry Kane, they got Green, they got Mason. They got so much abundance of attack, and that is their biggest strength. And he's been so conservative. That's why they haven't conceded any goal yet in this tournament. But yet they lack in any chance creation. But this isn't new. This has happened for a long time. Even when they World Cup, when they got to the semi-final, they were still lacking. They were still lacking to create chance. Only like few number of teams have created less chance than England. The reason why they got goals is through set pieces. And that's why, and this is why I just think that they need to get more attacking managers to get best out of these players. They produce so many abundance of attacking managers, and Southgate is just too conservative. He's too defensive. That's why England tend to be very solid at the back. And also with Harry Kane in place like that, he wasn't getting the best of it because he wasn't getting the service he needs. That's why he drops back. That's why there's lack of like attacking patterns. If I was a manager of England, I probably would have started playing like 2-3-2-3 in possession. So basically, I have like two centre back and a full back with a defensive midfielder, 2-3-8 and two wingers to completely challenge the fullbacks, but they don't. He doesn't have any attacking structure, and that's what's holding them back. If you face against teams like France and Portugal, you might have. If you face teams like Germany or Holland, maybe you might have a chance to beat them because they like to go on attack. But teams like Portugal and France, they're a lot more cautious, and England will struggle to bring them down. This is why I just think that they need to get more of attacking managers to get best out of this competition. I think the lack of chance creation is pretty much a concern, and that's what's holding them back.
So can England be saved at these Euros? Because my thing is, and also we have to be out of here at 3 minutes. I need to see Messi break up this Copa America.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You've actually jinxed him.
Man, God damn, you have to take the freaking bait, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, they lost 4-0. It wasn't Messi's fault, man. Damn.
It was.
So basically, my point here is we could come back here and people can say us, remember that stream, that emergency hangouts that you did where you ripped up England and then England maybe are lifting up the Euros trophy on the 5th of July.
No way.
Never happened.
No way.
It can't happen, but I just don't.
Anything, because sometimes you can go right down to the pit of hell and up onto the heavens of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Sorry, I absolutely agree. Yeah, just let me talk, let me land. Anyway, I absolutely kind of agree. Anything can happen, but the only way that England get this proper, the best chance for England to do is either finish second or third, because they might actually finish second because they might get like third place from the Group E and others. If they do finish first and face like teams like France, Portugal, it's going to be a horrible night and they're going to struggle a lot. And I think if they do finish second, they may have a real shot of it, but it's just the lack of creating chance will completely do them over. And that's the problem. His lack of selection. He's too defensive, and they will be organized. But the thing with England is that they need to have like a better attacking structure. If you look at Italy, they have an attacking structure. If you look at Holland, they have an attacking structure. Germany, they probably, I don't know, but they still have an attacking structure, and that's what England lack. It's so easy to defend. And I just personally think that something that Southgate didn't come up with. Maybe he's a little bit. Maybe I just feel like that.
Like mates, he doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have a clue, and he got lucky in the first game. What's it called? Wonder. You wanted to say something, Wonder?
I just think England are not going to, unless they actually get a better attacking-minded manager. I don't see them winning anything, and I think there are no English managers ever that are like really good enough to manage this, to manage the team. Because if you think about it, even
people say this, and I agree. They need a much more attack-minded manager. Let me ask you, and maybe this is to everyone. If, let's say, England got an attack-minded manager, could this team function as well as Belgium's front three and Belgium's attack?
I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
bro. I think these dudes suffer from the same disease that Tottenham Hotspur suffer with. Loser syndrome.
They're suffering from LS?
LS. Major case of LS as well.
So basically, you're saying
look at the, no.
If
look at the amount of
like a Martinez equivalent, they'd still.
Bro,
because my thing, remember, Belgium's not confident on anything. If they got an attacking manager, could they look as good and as dangerous as?
No, but
this
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. This dates back to 1966 because they haven't won anything or done anything major in any tournament since then. The semi-finals from the World Cup was the only thing major that they've done since that World Cup victory. So they've gone through so many managers and so many systems, the so-called golden generation as well. What else are we supposed to test out now? Like, what else are we supposed to do now? And these bunch of players that there is now, leaving aside some of the more experienced ones, this is a very young team. There's still a lot of maturing to do. So just chucking in an attacking coach into this team, I don't think it's going to do anything. I think these guys literally are. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some kind of next juju or something. But these guys struggle to get it done in the biggest stage of in international football.
Because here's my thing. Right now, Lukaku is a more dangerous and a more effective striker than Harry Kane. He just is. Because what Lukaku can do and how he can hit you and just his foot, like, for instance, right now, Harry Kane, given the ball to feet, he can't do anything with the ball. Like he can't dribble. Look at what Lukaku was doing against freaking Denmark.
Lukaku was dribbling. I don't know how he was doing it, but he was dribbling.
Yeah, he was doing it. Teams or no teams, he was doing it. So my thing is, when we look at the personnel that Belgium have and so forth, are England man for man better than Belgium man for man? So if we put England's strongest front three, whether it's Foden, Grealish, Kane, Rashford, whatever front three, is that better than Lukaku? Hazard at his best, not the guy from Real Madrid, the guy at his best, and De Bruyne.
You mean Thorgan?
England's defense. England's defense is better than Belgium's, though.
Oh, yeah. Defense 100%.
No. But I'm talking about the attack.
On paper.
Belgium's defense. That's where it gets judged. Like England, you can say that the defense is definitely stronger. And see, I thought this was different. I thought, okay, England maybe don't have as a stronger defense as they used to, but it's not going to be a much more attacking team. But look, it's right, guys. Look, man, we've talked for 2 hours.
Wait, can we talk about Germany?
No. Core. I need to eat. Core. I'm starving. I need to go and eat. So, guys, look, man, England. We are waiting to see. No, I want to see what this guys look like at the Czech Republic. I want to see what team he picks against the Czech Republic. And we just are waiting to see what they like. Look,
we need Larry Lane to have a shot against Czech Republic, a shot on target.
My thing that they could end up winning this thing. They could, but from what I have seen, these guys were garbage. And for Scotland, well, congratulations, great performance, superb performance. And I just think it is unlucky and unfortunate you weren't able just to find that winning G. That's just the most unfortunate thing. But it is what it is, man. But Southgate's man, not good. Billy Gilmour, Chelsea boy, you did yourself right. Billy G says, "What's up?" Peace.